Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here for the Mountain Weather Information Service. This is your Planning Outlook video updated on Tuesday the 28th of February. And overall, things staying cold as we go forward to the end of this week into the weekend, and much of the higher terrain will be staying frozen, indeed snow covered across many higher areas. A rather mixed weather pattern with low pressure in charge, with some areas of snow showers or flurries in the forecast. We need to watch the details across England and Wales for an area of more persistent snow affecting Wales and the Pennines through Friday into Saturday. So let's have a look at the latest details. Now we're focusing attention towards the weekend in this video, but just to briefly set the scene over the next couple of days, here's Wednesday's chart. We've got fronts trying to edge up from the southwest, giving some rain and some hill snow above say 500 or 600 metres for South and Mid Wales. Across North Wales, I think much of the day stays dry, but the risk of that just edging in with some snow into the afternoon and evening. Snow showers affecting the lakes and Pennines. Some of these may be locally frequent where they just band together, and some snow showers or snow flurries around the western coast of Scotland. But across a good part of the Highlands and even the south of Scotland, it'll stay predominantly dry with some sunshine breaking through. Now, rather messy into Thursday. The risk of stronger winds across the Highlands that may well touch gale force in the far north at times. Snow showers across western mountains may be locally frequent, but fewer and further between towards the east. Just watching the details of this system out across Wales and towards the Pennines. A slow-moving band of hill snow and rain at lower levels. Just check your latest forecast to see how that one fares. Across the northern Pennines, Lake District and south of Scotland, you may just be between these systems and not see such a bad day. Now for Friday, developing system moving up from the southwest. It gives the risk of strengthening winds across Wales, an area of rain preceded by snow across the hills of South and Mid Wales. Uncertainty just how far northwards that extends. It may well be that it reaches North Wales and the Peak District later on in the day, but that could be more into the evening or the night. At that point, it may well give some significant snowfalls, but during the daytime, much of northern Britain, including the Pennines, may well stay dry and bright with some sunshine and cloud well broken, light winds in place through that time. Just the risk of one or two snow flurries, let's say around northern Scotland, mostly confined to the coasts, so it could well be that you see a decent day across many of the mountain regions. Now this chart shows you your temperatures. This is 850 millibars, and at this time it's around 4,000 feet in the atmosphere. The numbers you can see, the 124 is 1,240 metres, and if you know your heights of the mountains, then that's a little bit below the height of the summit of Ben Nevis. So it gives us a useful steer for the expected temperatures on those highest Scottish mountains, and we can get a feel for general temperature trends on the uplands of Britain as a whole. And at this stage, you're around -5 to -6 at that sort of height across northern Scotland. So if you just run through the story, and you will see how things go over these next few days, this then through into Thursday. We stay generally below freezing on all of the mountain regions. The values there are showing around -4. So you're looking at temperatures or freezing levels still around 500-600 metres, so terrain pretty widely frozen, and that even goes for the Pennines Lakes and into Snowdonia. Now running forwards into Friday, we just see an area of low pressure moving up from the south, which has some slightly milder air engaged within it, but that's really not going to influence many of the hills and the mountains. It might just get into the Brecon Beacons and Mid Wales to lift the freezing levels there above the summits, but otherwise there's little change in the general freezing level of around 500-600 metres, or locally a bit lower in the Highlands. And as that system moves through, that precipitation that's associated with it will have the risk of falling as snow pretty widely over the Pennines, across Wales, maybe a little bit further north than that into the weekend, but some uncertainties of details. The main message from these charts, though, is just to say that we stay on the cold side right the way through the weekend. If we just run on quickly then with the story, and you'll see how temperatures broadly change very little. This is through Saturday into Sunday, and we're staying widely below freezing on those higher mountains. And again, freezing levels could well be down 500-600 metres across many areas, so you're not changing too much over many days. That's the main message from this. Just to briefly look into early next week, and we'll have a look back at the synoptic charts for the weekend in a second, but just to try and set the scene for where we think we're going next week, it looks as though it's more of a southwesterly type pattern, which eventually may bring something slightly milder in. This chart just running through into the middle of the week, you see the green colours trying to nibble away at the southwest of Britain and Ireland. Maybe never quite getting there, so it could well lead to those higher Scottish mountains still being near or below freezing. I suspect the freezing levels will be a little bit higher than what we're seeing at the moment, though. Much uncertainty with the exact detail, though, for the charts over the weekend. Broadly, low pressure is still in charge. Quite where it's centred and which of the centres is the more active and where the exact location of the fronts are is all very uncertain. The indication is that something of a front is pivoting northwards and affecting the Pennines, maybe as far across as the Lake District and maybe still affecting Wales by that time. And with cold air very much still in place, that falling as snow above, say, 400 or 500 metres, and if the precipitation is heavy enough, could get down to lower levels than that. I think mostly in the valleys it should be just rain, or any snow that's falling will struggle to stick. Meanwhile, across Scotland, a few areas of snow flurries may be coming round on the northeasterly wind into the Highlands, but again, many areas getting away dry and bright. Just need to watch whether any snow extends into the borders and in the southeastern Highlands from that system, but across many of the western, central and northwestern Highlands, you're probably seeing another decent day. Just watch for that wind strengthening as a northeasterly though. Now for Sunday, still low confidence of absolute details, it has to be said, just how the pattern evolves by this stage. A front trying to edge back in from the Atlantic, the remnants of Saturday's system trying to pull away into the North Sea, but that low there could be still much more active than this chart may suggest. So at face value, this picture may look pretty optimistic, but we could still see areas of snow showers, wraparound features still affecting some of these eastern regions. So don't at the moment bank on Sunday being a glorious day, but it may well be an improving picture, particularly across the Pennines and Wales, with brighter skies and light winds for many, but just watch your details by this stage, I think is the best message at this time. I'll leave you with that though for today. We'll update this video for you on Friday with the outlook into next week. Thanks for watching and bye for now.